Hello, this is the Archangel 2210, here to give you a video review of The Birds of Prey. Now, not many people may not remember The Birds of Prey, but it was a short-lived television series on the CW, or the WB at the time, which went into the life of the Huntress, and she was the daughter of both Batman and Catwoman. Now, this interpretation of Huntress was actually only in the Earth 2 incarnation, and this version of Huntress I actually have grown to like more over the modern version of Huntress, where she's actually the daughter of a mob boss, and it actually works better for a TV series because you can play with that duality a little more, and play with the fact that her mother was a great thief and her father was one of the greatest heroes. But this also enables you to use all of his great rogues gallery, which in this part, that's where the show kind of fails, because they did use Harley Quinn and Clayface in the series, but Harley Quinn was amazing in the show, but Clayface, I was really hoping they would have his character be more like Terminator 2, that he could transform his fists and arms into like blades and weapons, but in the TV, probably because of low budget, they're only able to make it where he's able to just shapeshift his body into different types of people. The characters, like, it had the whole Birds of Prey trinity, as it does in the comics. The Huntress, who doesn't wear a mask. You have Black Canary, or she really wasn't called Black Canary on the show. Dinah, because she was like a teenager. She was a blonde teenager on the show. And then you had Oracle, or Barbara Gordon, who in 2 episodes they actually show her in the costume, which is a phenomenal costume. It was probably the best live-action Barbara Gordon as Batgirl interpretation we've ever seen. We've only seen 2 other live-action incarnations, and this is probably by far the best Batgirl that we've seen so far. The overall feel of the show is somewhat reminiscent of the 90s Batman series of Batman from 1989 and Batman Returns from 1992. This one kind of falls in like a parallel universe, right? Somewhere in that realm, where she's the daughter of Catwoman and Batman, with like the rubber type suits and like the bluish, dark skyline. As you can see in the picture, there's Huntress overlooking New Gotham. You know, so she was the protector after Barbara Gordon and because in the pilot, Barbara Gordon got shot by Joker, and that's how she became paralyzed. And then someone else was sent to kill Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman. So Catwoman is actually dead in this series. And then you actually find out who kills the Selena Kyle in the series, which, I guess, spoiler alert, it was Clayface in here. Clayface used a blade and just stabbed her on the street, and then later on, when Huntress finds out, she actually confronts him, and she actually fights him for a while, so that was actually kind of interesting. But the overall battle at the end of the series could have been a little bit better. They could have had Harley Quinn rounding up the rest of Batman's rogues gallery, like Poison Ivy, or the Joker could have made a comeback, because he was only in 5 seconds of the entire series. 13 episodes, 40 minutes each, and the Joker only makes a 5-second appearance. Kind of a letdown, but it's great to see the Joker in live action for like 5 seconds. For the DVD itself, there is really no special features to speak of. The only special features that there are on the actual DVD is the webisodes of Gotham Girls, which it's like 2 minute webisodes, and there's 30 episodes. Um, it has Batgirl fighting Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn in Gotham City. Zatanna makes a few appearances, but it's basically the Gotham City, and it kind of has the style of the animated series, but it's a little bit, more streamlined, which is not I'm not a fan of. It's a nice special feature, but it's not really a special feature that I would have for this series. I would have liked maybe some commentary from the creators or some unused interview footage or something. There's really, other than that, there's really no special features to speak of. When the style of the overall show, you can see that because if you remember in 2002, there were other shows besides Smallville that was on the WB, such as Buffy, Angel, and Charmed, and you could kind of see a little bit of those tones of the show in Birds of Prey, you know, and I think they were really trying for it to be like to grab onto those audiences, but it just they were kind of gimmicky and trendy. They really weren't focusing on writing good characters and focusing on writing good stories. They were just focusing on the trendiness of the clothes and the trendiness of what's popular on TV, and I think that was really the downfall of Birds of Prey. They could have very easily had, if this series, like, this was a diamond in the rough. It wasn't a bad show. Like, it was a pretty good show, and the first two episodes I actually saw on television for the first time, but the other 11 I actually saw on DVD for the first time. And I noticed that they actually changed some of the music on the DVD, so it's a little bit different, and they changed it, but not in a good way. They changed it in, like, a bad way. If this show went on, and if all the stuff that got worked out was fixed, in the series, if they were able to, put better characters, better writing, actually interpret the costumes in the series later on, it would have been really awesome. It could have been like the next Smallville, which is probably what they were trying to do, but it just fell short a little bit. Um, I wouldn't have this be a must-have for any serious Batman fans, but someone that's really more of more of a fan of Buffy, more of a fan of Charmed, because there's kind of that little element in there, fan of Smallville. Um, and you're getting into comic books, so you don't know really the Batman lore that much, but you kind of like Birds of Prey. And if you're overall just you're like those feminist kick butt type of shows, that this is a really good show. I would probably give it a 6 out of 10 for a rating. It could have been a lot better, but it was pretty good. It was a pretty good DVD. I would have it as I gotta check it out. Gotta check it out. It was probably a check it out DVD, because who knows what could have happened at the end if the show went on. It really could have been really good.